me cater to you. Let me cater to you. Let me cater to I wanna let you know, girl, that you know that I am what you do. So let me reassure you, my life will be purpose without you. If I want it, I'm gonna ask you. Flying to be there, challenge me for the better. What do you let me cater to you?
Hello everyone and welcome back to Make It Make Sense. I tell you, Wendy cannot seem to get away from the press. But I'm going to say one thing and one thing only. Well, maybe two things. Clone or artificial insemination. Or, something like the AI. That does not look like Wendy. That does not talk like Wendy. Why would we think it's Wendy? Okay? Are we really looking at Wendy or are we looking at a clone? I mean, have you all just sat there and went back and previewed some of her old shows and how she definitely makes a statement but it's complete sentences and it's not just like all random like podcasts. Like she's been programmed to say that. Think about a robot and all the robotic type stuff they say and do. Wouldn't it be better if somebody asked you, why are you wanting to start a podcasting show? Or, just alluding to a lot of mixed words, okay, to expressing yourself. But if you notice, this particular Wendy, she doesn't make sense. She says restaurant. She says podcast. It's like something has been drilled into her, and this is what she's doing. I'm telling you, we might be looking at a clone and don't even know it, people. Y'all better wake up. Okay, y'all better wake up. That's all I can say. Okay, because if they can clone Dolly the sheep, who's to say they wouldn't have attempted to clone a human? I think they would try to clone a dog, cat, everything. We don't know. We're not in that life. We don't have that preview information. But for you all, which are some bloggers are out there saying, Wendy Williams is getting back. She doing this. She doing that. She's going to be coming back with her own this, that, and the third. No, people, stop fooling yourselves. They finna run Wendy name up in the ground. That's what they finna do. And I wouldn't be surprised if she won't be on this earth anytime soon. Coming soon. She won't be on this plane of existence. Because just look at what she's saying. It's all random. It's all gibberish. It's all like, if we're talking about apples, oranges, pears. We talking about fruit, right? We talk about Wendy and her showcasing her new look, the Wendy Experience, a revived look, or just interested in why she wanted to go into podcasting, a podcast show. I don't think Wendy says podcast, restaurant. I want to fuck. Can I fuck? It's crazy. It's almost like, is she a parakeet? If she's just repeating what people are saying to her and they're putting her out for the masses to look at her, to make fun of her. And it's really not funny. It's getting to be a little exhausting and a little irritating that Kevin Jr. don't come and stop some of this stuff. I mean, did she get settled with her, we call it, her wrongdoings of what Wells Fargo was doing to her? Did she ever get that taken care of? Is that how you call it, done and taken care of? Does she have her finances where she can go and do and spend and travel wherever she want to do? Because she's always talking about, I have money, I can travel, I don't have to do nothing if I don't want to do anything. It's just same old stuff being repeated to her like it's embedded in her brain, and what she's saying is just not making any kind of sense, none whatsoever. And it's just the same old recycled stuff every time she has an interview with some blogger or TMZ. Their affiliates are trying to get as much as they can out of her, but she keeps saying the same old thing, which is very irritating. And people are out there saying, she's coming back, she's going to be 100% on top, and she's going to be making her own money. I'm like, where? Who? When? Okay. Delmar Mercury did what they had to do and they moved on. Wendy's name was bought and paid by Delmar Mercury or Mockery. So if she really wanted all her name and all this stuff, why wouldn't she? She's making that kind of money. Why wouldn't she try to buy it back from Delmar Mercury? Okay, that just is what it is. We have this post from New York Post magazine. Asia Grace put it out. She titled it "Wendy Williams like nothing about end of her show. I'm ready to F-U-C-K." Okay. Just blurted it out just like that. Like restaurant. Like what type of restaurant are we talking about? She could have made a comment or a statement saying, hey, I want to do this podcasting. I think it's going to be very lucrative for me right now. And it has a lot of flexibility in what I want to do because I can take my podcasting show on the road, or I could be out of town with it, or going to different states and just pulling up, in a parking lot, and I just have it live, and people get that surprise look, because even that look like a mannequin. That looks just like a clone, a little clone, because Wendy does not look like Wendy was prior to her being sick with COVID and the Graves' disease and all this other stuff. Okay, they trying to fake the funk in front of our eyes, and people are really not realizing. Then I think a lot of bloggers are just out there just trying to continue to get money and revenue off the story. So every time they see it, they go in and say, oh, she gonna be fine, she gonna be good. But in reality, no, she's not. She's not even making any sense. Like when she said, I want a restaurant, or restaurant. That's how she put it, restaurant. What about the restaurant, Wendy? Can you elaborate a little more on that subject? Since you brought it up, or where your restaurant that you're trying to bring to fruition, will it be in New York? Will it be in California? Will it be in Atlanta, Georgia? Where are we talking? And who's investing with you? Is it going to be change? She could have been telling us a lot more than restaurant, podcast. What else she used to say? I want to have Donald Trump, the Kardashians. Oh, I like Fat Joe. Just all random shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And why we keep seeing her making a fool out of herself? Because that's basically what is happening. And that new Selby that's with her, supposed to be her manager, he is a jeweler. What does he know about podcasting? What does he know about booking Wendy on different platforms so she can be sociable, and letting us know while she's out there on the internet or interviewing people in a room or audience or a stadium or however she's going to do this. We would like to know, and she's not giving us anything, but her manager is pimping her out. He's going to get as much as he can, railroad her, and she's going to be even more lost or sunken where she is, if not further down. Okay, but going back to the article, it says Wendy Williams gagged with disdain while watching the not-so-grand finale of her long-running daytime talk show. There's nothing I like better, or there's nothing I liked about the finale of the episode of Wendy Williams' show, Williams 57 told the Post. Her eponymous show, which launched into national syndication in 2009 and amassed a series of Emmy wins, met an unceremonious end on June 17th at the hands of production company Delmar Mercury. Now, see, that's good for Wendy in a sense, because when they went into syndication, she should be getting some revenue every time they want to show the old show. Now, I don't know, how they're going to do it, or because they screw up everything about her. They own her name. So that would be very interesting. Hopefully she got a contract where if it did go into syndication, she's still going to get money off of it. So that's very interesting as well. But going back to the article, it says the last episode was emceed by recurring guest host Sherri Shepherd, 55, who stepped in for Williams in February as she grappled with health issues. Sherri subbing led to some drama between the two women on national media. Now she's set to take over Williams' coveted mid-morning time slot with a self-titled talk program of her own in the fall. In late June, Williams revealed to TMZ that she's lost about 95% of the feeling in her swollen feet, owing to her battle with lipedema, a condition caused by a blockage in the lymphatic system. She grappled with the chronic ailment while simultaneously contending with Graves' disease, an immune system disorder that causes an overproduction of thyroid hormones. Now, if you were to believe that what Wendy Williams is saying, that she only has 95% of the feeling in her leg, how is she going to be sitting down all the time doing a podcast? Because she's supposed to be like moving around, doing things. So how is she going to be sitting for, what, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours doing a show? That doesn't seem plausible, does it? But anyway, going back to the article, it says Williams went public with her Graves' disease diagnosis in 2018 after fainting on air during the October 2017 live taping. After regaining consciousness, the veteran broadcaster returned to the set and closed the show. Okay, but when asked about the post why she failed to make a swan song appearance during the mid-June finale, the cheeky hostess said, "Deb, my Mercury didn't ask me to do that, so I didn't. I sat in my apartment and watched it, and I was like, eek." And Williams, without any ill will towards the producers, believed that her exclusion from the show's closing was a production misstep. "Deb, my Mercury, in my opinion, should have done it with me, not these other people on the Wendy Williams show," said the Hollywood Walk of Famer, adding, "except for Fat Joe." The Bronx musician 51 served as a co-guest host several times with rapper Remy Ma during the daytime Divas absence from the show in 2021. "I loved him. Williams gush. He's my favorite." In the week since the Wendy Williams stage went permanently dark, the show's once verified Instagram account, as well as its high-trafficking YouTube channel, has been deleted. Die-hard fans of the show balked at the seemingly unjust erasure, saying on Twitter, "The fact that they deleted the Williams YouTube channel is insane, but they also went after her Instagram too." While her celebrated Simon's cast and any traces of its glory are being scrubbed off the net, the gossip glamour girl is hoping to premiere a podcast titled "The Wendy Williams Experience" in the near future. "It's extremely famous like I am. Hosting a podcast will make more money than being on the Wendy Williams show," a gleeful Williams told the Post. That's what she cited. That's her feelings, I guess, because right now, my theory is cloned to a certain degree. She may have a handler that's very close to her, or she doesn't sound, she doesn't look, she doesn't act. And when all three things line up and it's coming with negative, then we're looking at a person that's not her. That's all I got to say. Believe it if you want to. Stranger things happen, and it usually does. Going back to the article, saying what I want to do is podcast, and I want to have a restaurant. She continued, noting that there's no set release date for the new show or the opening of her eatery, a seafood-centric parlor that she'll like to establish either in New York City or home state, New Jersey. In addition to debuting her dining room and digital broadcast, on which she plans to talk and everything with celebrity guests like Donald Trump, Mariah Carey, and Queen Latifah. The lauded queen of all media says she's looking for some hot loving. "If I don't do anything else, include a pod." See, this is what I'm saying. It's not even a complete sentence. She is saying podcast. "If I don't do anything else, including podcast, I would love to fall in love. I want to meaning fuck," Williams told the Post in a Zoom interview with her manager, Will Selby, off camera. "Excuse me, I'm gorgeous. Can I F-U-C-K, y'all?" she quipped. In April 2019, Williams filed for divorce from her husband of 22 years, Kevin Hunter. Okay, we don't really want to read all into that. We know she had her bank account frozen with Wells Fargo, holding the reins to her money. Let me see. Yep, all that drama about her being incapacitated, couldn't function on her own, so she needed a financial guardian. Let's see. Okay, in February, page 6 exclusively reported that Williams' case against Wells Fargo has been sealed. Her banking issues and hunt for a role in The Hay aside, Williams says she will also consider returning to the small screen. Maybe I'll go back on TV. Perhaps, I don't know. The media diva told the Post, I got so much money I can do anything I want or nothing at all. Now, that's a little bit boastful, especially when you got a guardianship watching over your money. And you have to make a really good plea of why you need to spend money frivolously when, if it doesn't make sound sense. See what I'm saying? You don't have control of your own money, Wendy. You don't have control on your life. And that is sad. That's sad. But that's what those conservatorships and those financial guardians, they do. They found you not sound, mind and body, and you pretty much living on the hopes that they're going to do right by you, okay? Because Wendy does not talk right. She doesn't seem like she's in a good headspace. She doesn't look well. What more does it take to say, she's a closed case, pretty much? I just wish she would just go off into the sunset and spend her money however she wants to, if that's even a choice at this time. But that's all I got for this particular video, guys. Hope y'all like it, love it. Gotta have more. Get down in those comments and we can have a conversation, further the discussion about Wendy Williams and her demise right in front of our eyes. Okay, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. See you later, or see you next video. Bye bye.